We got cookies. Oh, they're hiding. Cookies are hiding. This is all we got?
That's it.
This is all the cookies I got, guys.
We didn't stock up on cookies.
We didn't stock cookies. I'm gonna have to go take somebody else's cookies. But for real, I want to jump on here tonight and let you guys know. I hope that you've prepped, you got your stuff together, you got your game plan together. I'm looking forward to getting back to like relatively normal day. But I want to jump on and let you guys know, do not underestimate the current field position of the U.S. economy. Like, the field position, like, we're not within field goal range, okay? It's a little bit more than fourth and long. And you see the market up, see the market down, and ultimately it's going, we all know where it's going, right? So maybe a $1 trillion stimulus package, maybe a 1.5, and maybe a $2 trillion stimulus. Like, it's crazy numbers, right? Like, I learned tonight that if you take $100 bills and you stack them up like Scrooge McDuck, when you get to the International Space Station, you're only halfway there to $1 trillion. So who knows how much cash they're actually going to end up printing. But the Federal Reserve is at zero. They're going to print an insane amount of money. You can do the math and be like, well, what does the future of that look like? And it's not short term. That's my message to you tonight. This is not a 6-month deal in the economy. It's probably not a 10-year deal. It's very, very similar to the exact same circumstances, but substantially worse financially, of an event we had in this country about, a good 90 years ago or so. Like, it's pretty much, like, what I'm telling you is, it's a long-term play here. There's a lot of good opportunity that's about to happen, but this isn't a bounce back. This isn't like a boom, we back type of deal. This is like we have fundamental issues, and we actually have to deal with them now. In '08, we chose not to deal with those issues. We chose to like take the easy road, and we chose to do corporate welfare. Like, that's what monetary policy is. Like, if you look at like an airline, I just did like one little political post just to try it, just because I know a lot of you guys are all like, Donald Trump, just to try it, just to see what happened. And it's kind of what I thought would happen. But when you bail out large corporations and you don't allow them to assume the full risk of their industry, in my industry we have rain. When it rains, it costs us money. We deal with it. I pivot my business to deal with it and the other risks that occur. This event will go down in history as a black swan, the thing that you thought could never happen. Black swans happen about every 10 years, so they're not that black. They occur. The history back in the day is like people thought the swans could only be white. Turns out, once you go black, you don't go back. But for real though, the precedence was set last time in '08 that we bail people out when bad things happen because it helps the little people. It doesn't help the little people. It's corporate welfare for billionaires that own fleets of jets and cruise ships and billion-dollar assets. And so they print up that money, they lower those interest rates, and they make it easier to assume more of the pie for corporate billionaires. Like, it's just what happens. Now, it's going to happen. Like, it's not like we're not going to get any stimulus package. Like, it's going to happen, right? But there's no cash there to do it. There's no cash anywhere to do it. America's running on too small of margins. Too small. Not enough people have enough buffer where they can go like, yeah, I can go 6 months. You should be able to go 6-9 months easy. But if you can't, then not running enough margin. And this country doesn't have enough margin built into it. That can be scary, and that can be crazy opportunity. Historians and economists would call what happens next the Great Devaluation. It's probably what they'll name it later on. But we're entering into the Great Devaluation. It's where prices become adjusted for real prices. So they take the inflation out of the product and service, and they figure out exactly what the labor input is. I'm going to break this down real simple later on in the week. But that's how prices are traditionally determined. That's what puts together prices, is the units of labor that go into this thing or product or service, whatever. So in the economic sense, production equals wealth. That's like the simplest equation, like, is production equals wealth. So in this country, when you lower the interest rate or you inflate the currency, you allow people to acquire more means of production, like tractors and equipment and things that produce actual real goods. And you can do that. You can play with that a little bit as like an economist. You can bring those interest rates down. You can increase production. And what's happened is they're completely out of whack. They're completely out of balance. They're completely twisted. And we're going to go through a devaluation. It's a reset. And it can be an easy reset where we don't bail things out. We just go through it. We go through it. If Delta's got to break up, Delta's got to break up. I personally will raise cash to buy some of their leases. But that's not going to happen. They're going to keep me out of it. So you guys are still going to crappy commercial flights where they pat you down and don't even give you a happy ending for a long time. That's going to how it's going to be, because they're not going to allow me to call up Martin and Dave and like make deals. Like I'm not going to be able to like hit up like, Nick and be like, "Yo, bro, like spot me a few mil." Like I'm not going to be able to do that because they're going to continue to protect the people that run those shipping lanes, if you will. But eventually, the game's up. And the game is up with the fall of the dollar. You gotta see that. The fiat currency is not going to last forever. It's going to last for a while, but it's not going to last forever. And forever is probably a very short period of time. But it is strictly to take resources from one group of people and reallocate them to another group of people, which already have more than half of the resources in the world. Like very small group of people share most of the resources, and then everybody else has a little bit. And that creates massive social uprise later on in the future. Massive. It's not that I disagree with it. It's just when you fix the game like that and you allow guys to like literally have their own Federal Reserve banks and print their own cash and do whatever they want, become Rothschilds, that's what's going to happen. And it's going to end probably not so peacefully. Like, that's the game long term. So put that in your head. Think about that type of stuff. Don't be scared or concerned about it. Just understand where the puck is going and skate to where the puck is going.